Welcome to Storywork. My name's Devin Madson, and today we're going to be talking about dialogue attribution. Dialogue attribution is a fancy name for the words that come at the end of a line of dialogue, or sometimes the beginning or the middle. They are the he said, she asked, they shouted, George barked, growled, roared, yapped portion of your sentence. Almost always use said. My trusty Oxford paperback thesaurus informs me that there are numerous replacements for the word said, such as uttered, stated, remarked, commented, answered, responded, noted, divulged, asserted, claimed, asked, read, predicted, speculated, guessed, revealed, alleged, insisted, piped, shouted, opined, mentioned, suggested, added, imparted, riposted, uttered, weary, ventured, reckoned, inquired, jested, requested, demanded, solicited, appealed, quizzed, mused. Oh, I could go on forever, but I don't think I could take much more of this. It's all very colorful and interesting, but when you put it in your writing, it just gets distracting and a bit irritating. Now, I'm not saying you can never use any of them. I'm just saying almost always use said. Said disappears. It is so dull and mundane a word that readers barely see it. Even when your character is asking a question, we don't need to know that they ask because there's a question mark. So which of these words are okay on occasion and which ones should we steer clear of like a plague-infested shark pit? They fall loosely into three camps. 1. Great used in moderation and in appropriate circumstances. 2. Close that thesaurus. And 3. Stop repeating yourself. In camp number 1, we have words like shouted, screamed, whispered, muttered. These are words that convey their own meaning separate to the golden word said. These words are more visceral than said. Shouting is more than just saying loudly, just as whispering is more sibilant than saying softly. As announced can give flair to words said could never achieve. These are all wonderful words that you should use sparingly. The more you use them, the less meaning they have. And remember, almost always use said. Camp number 2 contains words like noted, queried, commented, voiced, remarked. Words that are direct synonyms of said with no other purpose. Hunt these down with a flamethrower. Camp number 3 is the hardest to weed. These are the sneaky redundant tags such as guess, repeated, and divulged. We never need to be told that a character is guessing as it is clear from the dialogue and the situation. We don't need to know that something is alleged. It is obvious from the context. We also don't need things to be divulged. Divulged is trying to be clever, but is really just tripping over its own smugness. You get the idea. These words are sneaky bastards. Prune them viciously. Okay, but how do we know that Johnny was joking if we can't say Johnny joked? And why should we piss-fart around trying to find another word when Johnny joked gets the point across? 2 reasons. We've already covered 1, that fancy dialogue attributions are distracting, but they're also demeaning because of reason 2. Show. Don't tell. Don't tell me that Johnny is joking. Show me his smile. Show me his tongue poking out. Show me the twitch at the corner of his mouth as he tries to keep a straight face. Yes, it's going to take more words, but there's a difference between full words and empty words. So you need to look at every line of dialogue attribution and ask yourself, why didn't I use said? Am I trying to get across something meaningful, as in camp 1? Or am I just trying to be clever, as in camp 2? These are natural errors. I can remember my early work being littered with this stuff. I can even remember spending an entire car trip ranting to my mum about how J.K. Rowling couldn't think of anything more interesting to use in Harry Potter than the word said. Embarrassing. We all make these mistakes. We all have to learn. Don't use a fancy word to prove that you're clever when a simple word will do. That is you getting in the way of your story. Grumpy Devin. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. If you want more information on this subject or a longer discussion with examples about how to use and how not to use dialogue attribution, then click the link in the description below and go and check out my website. And join me next week when we're going to be talking about the 3 most irritating writing cliches. There's something flashing at me and that's really confusing. Stop flashing at me! Oh my god. Okay. He's flashing at me again. And that's my baby cry. I think we're back. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back.